Stop thinking, just do. Just do what you want to do. Do what you got planned. If you don't got nothing planned, don't even plan nothing. Just do whatever's on your mind, man. We tend to get caught up in the thought of things. We tend to be talkers. We tend to be barkers, but we don't bite. We talk the talk. We don't walk the walk, man. And humans, especially people that come from families and the environment of not wanting to take risks and stuff like that, which I'm from, we come from that and we just think about the negative stuff. I'm gonna use a prime example of me going on my trip. Me going on my trip of living in my car, living in the exact same car, quitting my job. I was thinking about it for so long, and I was just like, kept thinking. I was thinking for 2 years. And that trip that I went on was the best trip of my life. And the only regret that I had is I wish I had did it sooner. I was thinking, but one day I just woke up and I said I had enough. Enough is enough. I packed my stuff and I said, you know what, I'm gonna be homeless. And I traveled, and 8 months later, I'm back to where I am. But at least back to where I was. But all the negative thoughts that I was thinking, they didn't happen. My truck didn't break down. I didn't die on this trip. Spike didn't get lost. I didn't run out of money. Like, all those things that I thought were gonna happen to me negatively did not happen to me. But a lot of positive things that I didn't think was gonna happen to me happened to me. And one of the positive things that I was thinking about going on this trip was I was gonna try and find my true self. And coming back to an environment where I was thinking like that, and just the negative thoughts. When I came back to this environment, I could see how much growth that I had, especially being around the same old people in the same environment that, I was around before I left. And it goes for everything, man. Like, we tend to just think ourselves out of things. You can't hesitate. I'm gonna give you guys an analogy. I haven't dropped an analogy on the channel in a minute. So, I like the cliff jump. I realized I'm an adrenaline junkie. When I was in Bermuda, there was probably about a 30-foot cliff. I'll insert a clip right now.
Yeah, it's recording.
Yo, look at it. I jumped off of that cliff, 30 feet. I was scared. Trust me, I was scared. But when you're jumping off a cliff or you're doing something, you just gotta run full force and go as far as you can and just jump and take that risk. Yeah, there's a risk of you falling and hurting yourself and dying and stuff. But you wanna know what would have happened and I would have got hurt if I would have ran, hesitated, didn't jump. But all the momentum that I was like, oh, I got it. And whoa. You start thinking about all the negative stuff, I'm gonna get hurt. I would have stopped and all the momentum would have kept pushing me and I would have fell onto the rocks below me and died, I would have died. And then if I didn't even run and jump and just thought, nah, this is this negative things. Like, I got my cousin to do it. He kept thinking. I was like, bro, you just gotta go. And he did it. But if I didn't do that, that's the only time I'll probably ever go to Bermuda. And if I would have not jumped off that cliff, I would have been like, damn, I would have regretted not jumping off that cliff. I would have thought myself out of it and I would have been on a plane ride back. Still to this day, I would have been like, damn, I wish I jumped off that cliff. So when you do things in life, guys, you just gotta go. You just gotta run. You gotta chase your goals. You can't hesitate and think about the negative stuff in life, man. Like, I'm about to make a big ass move. Like, y'all gonna see it on the channel pretty soon, but I'm about to make a big ass move. And it's another big risk on my life. Like, this year alone, 2025, yes, I made a lot of big risks, but in these last 12 months, going back from last year in June to now, I've took some of the biggest risks of my life, man. The biggest risk of my life. And all the negative stuff that I thought was gonna happen did not happen. So now once you take a big risk and don't think about it, it's easier to do other things and take other risks and take even more bigger risk in life, man. And trust me, I still get these thoughts of like, I gotta make it perfect. We also, as humans, me especially, we want to make things perfect and want everything to work out like a puzzle. But sometimes the puzzle doesn't piece together like you want it to. You may put a piece here, that's what you want to do. You think that's how the puzzle goes together, but maybe the piece goes here, here, here. You know? But you just gotta start moving shit around, and then things will come together. You know? You gotta let it all work out. I love Lil Wayne's song, Let It All Work Out, man. It's like everything in the end, it all works out. Everything all works out, man. So stop thinking about the things that you want to do and start doing the things that you want to do. You know, we didn't think of these ideas just to think. We thought of these ideas to do something, to change something. With this YouTube channel, man, I was thinking for so long, like, should I really start talking about my addiction? Should I really start putting my life out there? And then one day I was like, let me just do it. And when I did it, and look where we're at now, man. You guys have been on a journey with me for almost 2 years now. On this channel, I've had other channels, but you guys been on a journey with me for almost 2 years now, man. From seeing me when I was fresh out of a relationship, to talking about a no-fat porn addiction, to blowing up on that, to going through another crazy other relationship, you know, to getting over that, healing, showing you guys the process of that, to now then living in my truck, traveling, being homeless. Now I'm traveling the world, I'm going on all these trips, and it's just like, if I would have thought about all this stuff, it would have never happened. You know, and like I said, I still get caught up with things like this. Like, even with this video, I was like, oh, let me write this down, let me think about what I'm gonna say in this video. But when I have videos where I'm just talking to like y'all like a person, you know, when you're sitting and talking with a person like one-on-one like this, you don't think about things. You may start thinking about stuff after they say something. But if you really want to get something off your mind, you don't write it down. Like, yeah, sometimes it is good to write it down, but like, you know, we're having a genuine, authentic conversation. Everything that's coming off my head, I'm not thinking, I'm just letting it flow. I'm just doing it, man. I'm not thinking about if what I'm gonna say on this video is perfect. No, man, no. So I'm not gonna keep thinking about stuff. Once you get that initial thought, step into action, man. Then you make the plan, but then you really have to follow through with it. Sometimes our mind is our biggest enemy. That's why people have mental health problems, and you know, we think ourselves into a lower place, a lower vibration, until we think things aren't gonna get better. And then that's when some people, you know, leave the game, if you know what I mean. And if anybody's going through that right now, man, don't be afraid to reach out, because you're gonna just be thinking about your problems. Talk to somebody, man. Talk to me, hit me up. So yeah, guys, don't stop thinking, just do. Simple as that. I love y'all. It's your boy Meech the Preacher. I'll catch you on the next video, man. Gang.